Hi, this is Sherry from Sherry's Creations, and I'm going to make a trinket tray. So, to tell you a story, this trinket tray and this trinket tray, there's two of them, were made last night, but Robert must have been tired and he mixed two part A's in my epoxy resin instead of a part A and a part B. So, this morning, it was still all juicy, hadn't firmed up, and I had to clean it all up. I had to clean all these, and now I'm ready to do it again. So I guess this is a bonus for you since you didn't get to see me do it the first time. You can watch me do it this time. So this is a tray that I found at a secondhand store, and it's made by Beachly. So it's in the shape of a seashell, scallop-like clamshell, and it has these divots. And so as I was looking at it, I couldn't quite figure out, well, how am I going to put flowers in it? What can I do? And I kept thinking of Pride colors. And so I remembered that I had picked up at a garage sale these little clay peace signs, and they're beads. Actually, you can see there's a hole on them. You can string them if you want, but for my purpose, I'm going to encase them in resin, and I'm going to make a Pride trinket tray. So let me get my hand clean, and we'll get started. So I've already mixed up my own resin, and it's part A and part B, and this is a quick cure because I don't want it to move around very much, because you can see these divots are very thin, and my intent is to have a little bit of resin here with the peace sign and bring a line down. Bring a line down with color. Bring a line down. That's the intent. So what I have to do now is we're going to get, and I didn't debubble this because I don't really need to. I can spritz it with alcohol if I want. So what I'm going to do is just get a little dollop. It's like a potato. I get a little bit in each one. And as you can see, this is really, really thick. It's quick here, so the viscosity is very high and it's very thick, and that's why I chose to use this kind. I wondered last night because it just wasn't acting normal. But I was tired because we're trying to get ready for Sunday, Dallas Art in the Park in Dallas, Oregon. It's a big event. They have a giant car show. God, there's hundreds of cars out there. They also have a big pancake feed in the park, sponsored by the Rotary Club. Our park in Dallas is huge. It's our city park, and it runs along the Rickreall Creek and has a lot of ancient trees and forest and shade, and so that's where Art in the Park will be on Sunday. So I got a little bit of resin in each, and I can tell I'm a little unlevel here because it's running a bit where I don't want it to. So this one is being fussy. So now yesterday I kind of put the beads in, these ceramic beads, but I think I'm going to start with a drip of color. So Pride colors are red, and red is first. If I can get it open, I'll put it on there tight. And these are alcohol inks, and what I'm going to do is just give it 2 little drips. And alcohol inks move around. As you can see, it's starting to move. What I'm going to do is take my my junk tweezers. You have to be careful because see, I just got red all over me and you don't want it mixed up in your other colors. And see, I got the red a little close to the wood. So I'm just going to give it a little stir up here. It won't hurt anything. And then what I'm going to do is kind of just make it come down. I'm just going to leave that sit there and do its own thing. And if there's some clear in there, that's just fine. I want it to look more like a tie-dye, I guess. So I'm going to put this in here. For the trinket tray, I will come back and fill it again with more resin so it has a flatter surface, but right now we're just gonna let this go like this. So the next color would be orange. I have alcohol ink. It's called Valencia, which is a type of orange if you don't know. I'm gonna give this one 2 drops because I gave that one 2 drops, and we want to keep the color equal. This time I did it kind of long. See how it moves around? I'm going to go ahead and, this is dandelion yellow is the next color. I might have to give this one a few more drops because yellow on this light wood is hard to see. Green would be next. I love this color. It's a limeade. It's really a cool green. Give that one 3 drops. And then we go to blue, which is sailboat blue. This is what I use for my ocean stuff. So I know how dark this is. It only gets 2 drips. And then last but not least is violet. And the closest thing that I have is purple. So we're going to be sparingly on this. Purple is a weird color in alcohol inks. See how it doesn't spread like the other ones did? And give it a little help. And pull it down. And you'll see how this one's relaxing a little bit. I'll have to babysit these for a little while. Keep pulling it down as it gets sticky and tacky. Make sure I have my rainbow. And right now I don't want to get too much resin in here because my goal is to set the ceramic pieces and make them stay without floating away, and then I can add more resin. Probably a better tool to be using, but I kind of like this one. Don't tell Robert these are his tweezers, but they're junk now because I've got them all gummed up. So he has a brand new pair. He'll get over it. Sometimes when you order dried flowers, they give you extra tweezers. And lately I got a couple of extra pairs. I think this is going to be really cool looking. You get this yellow a little bit. There we go. I just want a little bit of color there. Do the same thing with the orange. The orange looks kind of reddish, but the Valencia orange is kind of red. Orange is a weird color in pigments because, or in alcohol inks. They don't really have like a true red or a true orange that I've been able to find. But as you can see, I'm not going to add any more color to this. Oh, there's a big old hair. I'm not going to add any more orange to this, and it will look orange once I put another layer of resin on it. And I clean in between each color. Just move down a little more. This one isn't as mixed up as the others. There we go. Okay, so there's my color base. Now the trick is to get these just right. And see, it doesn't touch. But there's enough resin there that it's going to glue it in place. This one is definitely touching. I may put a little more resin in there, but I want to get in place first. I don't want to go all the way to the top because it makes the spaces too big. I don't want them to float around a whole bunch, which I don't think they will, but I want to keep them kind of even. See, even. So I had no blue ceramic peace sign, so this is a white one that I dyed in the alcohol ink before I even started using it. So it's a light blue, but it works. All right, so I think I want to move him up a smidge and you up a smidge. So I'm going to give you just a tiny bit more right here. It's glue. It's like glue. Give you a couple of drips up here because I'm going to put a little bit of glitter. So these are little stars. My friend Susan, she used to be a nail artist. She gave me a whole tote full of nail art stuff. So I'm going to grab a new pair of tweezers that haven't had resin on them. I'm going to try to get a few of these placed in here. Might take me a few, so what I'll do is stop the video, and the next thing that you'll see is it will be dry and complete. My next step is I'm going to let this completely dry, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to pour a clear resin over the top with some rainbow sparkle dust in it. I love my rainbow sparkle dust. It just gives it like a small shimmer. I think that's going to annoy me doing it that way. So I'm using glitter. I'm going to take my glove off. Oh, I had a red star on my glove. Get over here. There you go. I'm going to take this and we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Then I can move them around with the tweezers if I don't like where they are. Like I don't like where those are, but I'll move them when I'm done. Here's some yellow. I love these little stars. I used them in my Northern Lights clock. I saw that yellow one jump over there. Where is he? Oh, he went to the red. You're just coming out now. Here's another yellow. There we go. Since I aborted the tweezers, I'll go ahead and finish this up. The yellow got crazy on me. You probably wouldn't ever notice he was there, but I know he's there. Because he kind of looks a little green, but I just don't like it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to sell it like that. We've been working so hard on getting ready for this show. We have a couple of big pieces. Robert made a burlwood driftwood table, well, burlwood resin table, and he's been working on that. It's so many steps. Now I know why people charge $600 and $700 for a small burlwood table, because it takes a lot of time, a lot of sanding, a lot of planning. You have to make a box to hold it all in. You have to think about your layout and your composition, just like I had to think about this layout and composition before I even started. But look, this is like a 10-minute task. Well, it would be if I didn't have to do it all over again. And it's easy turnaround, where our tables take a lot more time, a lot more patience, and that's why we have to charge a little bit more for those. So we also have lots of clocks, we have wall hangings, we have everything. It's going to be a blast. We're so excited. We have some cool displays figured out how we're going to set things up. I have lots of frogs and octopuses and turtles, and see, I don't like that one there. It looks like I set it there on purpose, which I did, but it looks too uniform. So I'm going to get another little one up there. There we go. Oh no, I guess it looks exactly the same. I'm not too worried about if a little bit goes over on the wood, because the clear that I'm going to put on top will just cover it. I'm just trying to make sure they're all spread out and not too gloopy, and we have some down at the very end. I'm making this because I do believe that everyone needs to be treated equally, no matter what you believe in, no matter what your sexual orientation is, no matter what your income limit is. None of that should ever be part of a judgment against a person. That is not right. It feels wrong. I've been on the other end of that judgment, and it's just not a good feeling. So I am all inclusive. I don't force my beliefs on anyone. I don't want anyone to force their beliefs on me, but I am open to everyone has their own opinion and their own beliefs, and we should just honor that because they are human beings. So I think I'm done right now. I don't even think well, I might give it a little spritz just to make sure there's no bubbles hiding out underneath these. Alcohol just kind of gets the bubbles to come to the top. You can see a few of them popping. And now I don't see any more popping. So I think I will move on to my next tray, and I will show you the end results here in a little bit.